Hey guys, John Dav here. Welcome back to another video. Last week I asked #GameDev on Twitter, what is your favorite thing about being a game developer? Let's talk about the responses on the other side of the intro. In a recent video, it'll be up there down in the comments. Really quickly, the concept behind that video was that there's a lot of stuff that you need to do as a game developer. It can be a lot of work and not a lot of gain, right? It's really hard to gain traction in this field. But game development is rewarding, and I wanted to talk to the people that are doing this and get a response from you and find out what it is about game development that you enjoy so much, that you keep pressing on, even though these things are difficult and hard to do and make. So let's dive in and take a look at some of these awesome responses from #GameDev on Twitter. All right, let's go through these really quickly here. Alien Bear Games says, making ideas come to life through the different types of art forms that make up a game and working together, both with the dev team and interacting with other game studios. I love this because, part of the fun of game development is not just about being a solo dev, but collaboration, meeting other people, working with other teams, and learning from all of these talented people and finding where your skills can fit into what they need. So I love that tweet. That's awesome. @TabGames3 says, I love having the creative freedom to be able to make things how I want. It's really cool to picture something in your head and then see it come to life. It's true. Game development is all about having this imagination. It's kind of like writing a story, but sometimes it is writing a story, right? You're creating a world, creating a concept, creating an environment for someone to interact with. And I think that's amazing. And having that idea in your head and then translating it into letters and numbers, and then having that be compiled into code and create the final product that is interactable with everyone is an amazing thing. I love that. @MThiston says, fan art for sure, because you can see your characters in a brand new creative light and finally be surprised. One of the curses of making your own game is that you always know what's next. I love that she threw in a different perspective here, because it's true, as you're developing a game, you really always know what's coming. So I personally haven't had a game that's been popular enough to get fan art. I think it would be an amazing thing to have, right? Once you have someone reimagining your creations with their own artistic ability, that's got to be an amazing thing. The French dev said, I like that I can search and invent new things, new gameplay mechanics, and develop those ideas to make a really new experience. This touches on that idea of creative expression, creating something new, taking what's in your brain. I love that idea. @LeftShoe18 says, I love game development as a creative outlet. One of my favorite things is seeing my ideas come to life. Again, same concept, ideas coming to life. @TheChickGame says, I'm picking up game dev after 15 plus years in corporate IT. Going back to what I loved doing as a teen. So for me, it's all about independence and the fact I have an outlet for my art. As an engineer, but also closeted artist, game dev has been a godsend. I love this. It's a great thing, right? After 15 years of working in corporate IT, this person is taking time for themselves and really being able to express their creative ideas in their own way. And that's awesome. Bjorn the Fire says, it works every muscle in your brain. Art, psychology, tech, experience, design, audio. It's all there. Not to mention that the experiences we make touch 4 out of 5 senses. 5 out of 5 if the game stinks. I'm not exactly sure where the sense of taste comes into his equation, but maybe he's licking his games. I don't know. Anyway, it's true. We are able to touch a lot of senses. We're able to really stimulate visual, audio. You can also touch psychology and other senses like that, emotional senses. It's really powerful what you can create with gaming. @Soulkeeper Games says, favorite thing about being a game dev, merging a bunch of different creative disciplines into harmony. for the purpose of bringing to life something that can be experienced and not just observed. And then he breaks down indie game dev, creative freedom. You know, as a game developer, you may be on a team, you may be in a larger corporation, and you don't have that freedom. You're given objectives and design criteria, design inputs, and they have to meet certain specs. As an indie game developer, you have a lot more creative freedom. So I love that he breaks it down into those two different categories. That's really good. At Seco Dev said, I love that I don't have 2 days in a row where I do the same thing. Maybe not even 2 hours. If you get bored with something as a solo dev or an indie dev, just flip to another thing, right? Maybe you're bored of art, so you're going to do some coding. Maybe you're bored of coding, do some world design. Maybe you're bored of all of that, do some sound effects or some music. Lots to do, not a lot of people to do it. You got to keep wearing those different hats. At Apos Papas said, coding is my favorite aspect. I was a scientist before this, so the loop is the same, but much faster and predictable. It's comforting, unlike when a month-long experiment yields no results. Overall, I just enjoy being able to critically think, problem solve, and be creative. I love this. As a scientist myself, it is really true how much parallel goes in with game development. You are always experimenting, iterating, and developing your ideas from kind of a basic state and then evolving it and testing, getting data, and revising that experiment to get a better result. There really is, in addition to having that scientific background and the scientific method there, being able to also put in the art side, the creative side, and really tell a story and create art. It's really a blending of these two disciplines. I think it's an amazing thing to have. He hit the nail on the head there. So that's just a few of them. I'll link the thread below, so if you want to add your own opinions, you can either leave them in the comments down below or hop over on Twitter and just add to that thread and that discussion over there. I hope you liked this video. I hope it inspired you to get out and do some game development. If you did, please do subscribe. It really does mean a lot. That's all I can say. Have a good one. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.